Hello everybody, my name is Shripriya Saurabh and I will be discussing the golden rules of accounting today. But before moving on with the topic, I would like to give you a brief introduction about myself. My name is Shripriya Saurabh. I am postgraduate diploma in management from Jagan Institute of Management Studies, which is in Rohini, Delhi. I am BCom honors from St. Xavier's College, Kolkata, one of the prestigious institutes of this country. And I have a total of 4 years of work experience with companies like Vodafone, Idea Limited, and Tata Trusts. But I always had a flair for teaching, so I thought, why not to create a YouTube channel and share my knowledge with you? And this is the reason why I'm here today. I hope I'm successful in my endeavor. Now, without further ado, I would like to come to the topic. The topic for today is the golden rule of accounting. But before coming to the golden rule of accounting, we need to know that all economic activity in an organization impacts several accounts. All economic activities impact several accounts. And all these accounts fall under three broad categories, and we need to know that categories. Three broad categories can be classified as three types of accounts, and those are personal, real, and nominal. Personal account, real account, and nominal account. All accounts will come under these three broad categories. Now, what are personal accounts? As the name suggests, personal account, anything involving person. Now again, it could be natural person, it could be artificial person, or it could be representative person. For example, natural person, Ram, Rahim, Rosemary, any name. Artificial person, any concern, any company, because company is a legal person. XYZ Limited for an example, and a representative person. They are not actually person, but they represent certain person. For example, rent payable, salary payable, capital, and drawings. This capital and drawing, they represent owners because it is the owner who gives capital, it is the owner who withdraws capital. Salary payable represents the employee. Rent payable represents the landowner or the building owner to whom we need to pay the rent. So these all are example of representative person. So first is clear, personal account. Second one, real account. Any things, property, possessions will come under this account, real account. So we can simply say that all assets will fall under real account. It could be cash, goods, stock, land and building. These are the examples of assets and also real account. Third one is any income, expense, profits or losses. Any account which impacts income, expense, profits or losses of the concern will fall under the third category, which is nominal account. For example, interest received. It is one of the accounts. It impacts the income because it is the income for the concern. Salary. Salary is an expense. Again, it is impacting the expense, so it is a nominal account. So we have to know any income, expense, profit or losses will fall under nominal account. These are the three categories. Now again, before coming to the rule, we need to understand these things. This golden rule, it is a rule of debit and credit. Accounting is, it is a dual aspect. For every accounting activity, there are two accounts at a time which is impacted. Okay. One account needs to be debited, other account has to be credited. It always goes hand in hand, debit and credit side of the account. For example, if you go and buy a bread, okay, it is a basic example. There are two accounts here, which is if you maintain your book of account, there will be two accounts will be impacted. One, bread, other, cash. You are paying cash to get the bread. So cash and bread, one has to be debited, one has to be credited. So it is a rule of debit and credit. One account needs to be credited, other accounts needs to be debited. Okay, it is the basic of accounting, or you can say it is the foundation of accounting. It is The pillar of accounting, you can call it anything. You need to know it. If you know this, you, in great detail, you understand 80% of accounting. It is a thumb rule. You need to by heart this. You need to know this. This is what happens. So it is a thumb rule. It is a baby step because we follow it in a small steps. First, what we do? First, we see what is the economic activity which is happening. Then we see what are the account to account which is getting impacted. Then we see under which type of account, three types, the accounts fall. Then we see what to be debited, what to be credited. So it is a baby step. And again, only economic transaction needs to be recorded. We need to be very clear that only economic transaction needs to be recorded, because the sole purpose of accounting is to know the profit and loss, to know the financial position of the business. So money is involved. Without money, we need not record any transaction. Clear? Now comes the golden rule. What the rule says. As I told you, we will see it is showing real, personal and nominal. Debit and credit. What to be debited and what to be credited. Okay. When we talk about real account, anything which is coming into the organization needs to be debited. Anything which is going out of the organization needs to be credited for real account. Okay. For personal account, we will debit any account, or we will any person who is the receiver, and we will credit any person who is the giver. We have to debit the receiver and credit the giver. For nominal account, all expenses and losses needs to be debited. All expenses and losses, any expense, any loss which any concern is incurring is debited. Any income or any gain which a concern is receiving is credited. So these are the classification: real account, personal account, nominal account. What to debit and what to credit. Okay. Again, once again, I will say, for debit, for real account, we will debit anything which is coming in the organization. Real account, I told you, asset. For example, you buy a furniture, so you pay cash, both furniture and cash. So you buy a furniture, asset is coming inside the organization, furniture is coming in, so furniture will be debited and cash is going out. Credit what goes out, both are real, both falls here, both are real. Furniture coming in, so it will be debited. Cash going out, so it will be credited. So as I told you, any economic activity will impact two accounts at a time in an organization, and those two accounts needs to fall under these three categories: either real, either both the account will be real, or both the account will be personal, or one account real, one personal, one real, one nominal, one personal, one nominal. It can follow any combination, but two account gets impacted. We will check what is getting impacted, and we will see it will fall under which category, what to debit and what to credit. It will be clearer with the help of examples. So, for example, any concern, we take suppose XYZ, they purchase furniture worth rupees 2000. So now how our thought should flow. This is the way our thought should flow, and this is the way we need to find out what to be debited and what to be credited. Now we'll see the question. Furniture purchase worth rupees 2000, right? Now we will see accounts impacted. What are the two accounts which is getting impacted? Furniture and cash, right? Furniture and cash, two accounts impacted. Now furniture, it is an asset, so real account. Cash is also an asset, to real account. Now we will see this golden rule. What does it say? Both are real. Debit what comes in. Furniture is coming in. When you purchase a furniture, it is coming in, so debited. Credit what goes out. When you purchase a furniture, cash is going out, so it is credited, right? Example, we will see. Sold goods to PQR Limited on credit worth rupees 25,000. Suppose XYZ Limited sells certain thing, say clothes. Okay, so clothes is goods for him. He sells to PQR Limited. They had good relations. So XYZ Limited sold to PQR Limited on credit. He told PQR Limited told I will pay next month. Till then, please give me on credit. So PQR Limited is being sold goods by XYZ for rupees 25,000. Now, what should be the flow of thought? Accounts impacted. What are the two accounts which is getting impacted? I told always two accounts will get impacted. First, sold. So sales is happening, sales, and to whom? PQR Limited. PQR Limited. So two accounts, PQR Limited and sales. Now PQR Limited is an artificial person, it is a company. So personal account. And sales is the income. So nominal account. Now we will see this golden rule. For personal account, sold goods, then uh, who is the receiver here? Receiver is PQR Limited because he is getting the goods. Okay. So what we do? Debit the receiver. Okay. Here sales, it is a nominal because it is income for the concern. So income and gains will be credited. This is why this is debited and this is credited. PQR Limited is debited and sales is credited. Clear? One more example. Purchase goods from ABC Limited on credit worth rupees 22,000. This concern XYZ Limited, he needs to have stock at his place. For that, he needs to purchase, then only he will sell. Okay. He's dealing in clothes, so he purchased certain goods from ABC Limited. He also had a good relation with ABC Limited. Okay. So again, we will see flow of thoughts. Two accounts impacted. What are the two accounts? He's making a purchase. Okay. So purchase account is getting impacted. And from whom he is making this purchase? From ABC Limited, right? So to account, purchase is what? Purchase is expense. So it is a nominal account. And ABC Limited is personal account, again an artificial person, right? So personal account. Again, we will come to the golden rule. What does it say? For nominal account, debit all expenses and losses. So purchase is what? Purchase is expense, so debited. And for personal account, what it says? Credit the giver. ABC Limited is giver to XYZ. So personal account impacted, ABC Limited will be credited, right? So everything will fall under here. We have to see what is getting impacted and what to be debited and what to be credited. One more example. Started business with capital rupees 50,000. It is little different. Okay. Now XYZ Limited started the business and he invested a capital of rupees 50,000. Can you see what are the two accounts which is getting impacted? When you start a business and you invest, definitely cash is coming in. Okay. And this is a capital. So two accounts. First we will find out what are the two accounts which is impacted. Cash and capital. Clear? Cash is coming, investment is made in the form of capital. So two accounts, cash and capital. Cash, real, capital, I told you earlier, it is a representative personal account. Again, we'll come to golden rule. So when you invest, cash is coming in, debit what comes in for real account, right? And for capital, it is personal account, and what we do? Credit the giver. Representative person of owner, owner is giving, so credit the giver, right? So it will be credited. Clear? Again, one peculiar example. Withdrew rupees 10,000 for personal use. The flow of thought should be in this manner only. Accounts impacted, two accounts will get impacted definitely. What are the two accounts which is getting impacted? Withdrew, he drew. So drawings. And obviously when you draw a certain amount, cash will fall short. You take out cash. So cash, drawings and cash. Again, drawings, representation of person, representation of owner. So personal account, cash, asset, real account. We will follow this golden rule. What does it say? It says drawings, personal account, debit the receiver. So owner is receiving. So he's the we need to debit it. So debited, and cash is going out. Real account, what goes out. Okay, so it will be credited, right? Accounts impacted, drawings and cash. One personal, one real. Personal because the debit, he is the receiver, owner is the receiver, so we will debit it, and cash is going out, so credited, right? One more example. Rent of the shop paid rupees 5,000. From where he was making, the XYZ Limited was making sales and purchase, and he was owning a shop. Actually not owning, he was paying rent. Okay, so rent is, again we will first, flow of thought should be like this. Two accounts will get impacted. What are the two accounts which is getting impacted? One is rent, definitely, and you are paying cash, so cash. Rent, it is a nominal. Why? Because it is an expense. Cash, asset, so real. Now again, the golden rule, what it says, rent is expense, so nominal. Debit all expenses and losses, so it will be debited, right? And cash is real account. What it says, what goes out we needs to credit, so it will be credited. One more example. Interest received from bank rupees 2,000. Again, we are receiving interest, so one account which is getting impacted is interest received, other is cash bank because we are getting cash. Okay, so we are receiving interest. So interest is what? Interest is income. Income means nominal. Cash bank is asset, so real. Now we will check for nominal. Since it is income, so it will be credited definitely, and cash is coming in. So whatever comes in for real account, it will be debited. That is why cash debited and interest credited. So in nutshell, we can say that it is an economic activity. All economic activity impacts two accounts at a time. Okay, we need to categorize those accounts, whether it is real, personal, or nominal, and then accordingly we will apply the rule. After applying the rule, we find out what to be debit and what to be credited, and then once we find out, we need to journalize it, and here comes journal entry into the picture that I will be discussing later. And you need to keep this in your mind. You need to revise this concept because it is very important concept of uh, accountancy. As I told you earlier also, once you understand this, you understand 80% of accountancy. So revision is required. You need to practice it. Find out the flow of thought should be likewise I explained. Two accounts impacted, right? Find out what are those two accounts which are getting impacted, under which category those accounts fall. Okay, we will check for nominal and real account, personal account, whatever it is, and we will check in the golden rules of accounting what should be debited and what should be credited. One more thing, we need not to follow check for both the accounts, because once we know one account will be debited, other has to be credited, or one account is credited, other has to be debited. But for better understanding, you can check for double verification, you can check. But if you want to save time, if you check one, it's done. If one is debit, other has to be credited. Okay, so I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please uh, like my video, and definitely I require your feedback for improvement so that I can share more information in a better way that could be helpful for you. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.